we didn't have much. Like, I grew up with my grandparents. 'Cause my mom, she got killed when I was 8 years old. I had to live with them.
Born Curtis Jackson in the Jamaica section of Queens, New York, 50 Cent's upbringing was marked by adversity and the influence of his mother's involvement in drug dealing. As a young teenager, he made the fateful decision to enter the dangerous world of drug trafficking. However, his illicit activities eventually caught up with him, leading to his arrest and subsequent imprisonment. Join us as we uncover the astonishing details of 50 Cent's journey to prison, legal troubles, and prison sentence. In the early 1990s, the music industry was about to witness the rise of a young rapper who would soon become a household name. But behind the scenes of fame and fortune lurked a dark and troubled past. This is the story of 50 Cent's dramatic fall from grace as he faced the consequences of his involvement in a world of crime and drugs. It was the year 1994 when Curtis Jackson, better known as 50 Cent, found himself in the crosshairs of the law. At the age of 19, he was apprehended for his involvement in the illicit drug trade. The charges were grave, and the evidence against him was damning. The court proceedings revealed that 50 Cent had been selling drugs, but that was not all. During the investigation, law enforcement discovered a stash of illegal substances hidden within the confines of his own home. The magnitude of his crimes was undeniable. The judge, faced with the weight of the evidence and the severity of the charges, handed down a sentence that would forever alter the course of 50 Cent's life. He was sentenced to 3 to 9 years in prison. However, amidst the bleakness of his situation, a glimmer of hope emerged. 50 Cent was given the option to serve a shorter sentence of 6 months in a boot camp. It was a difficult decision to make, but one that would significantly impact his future. And so, 50 Cent embarked on a journey into the depths of the criminal justice system. He would soon find himself in a facility in upstate New York, a place that would become his home for the next 6 months. But what awaited him behind those prison walls? How would he navigate the challenges and hardships that lay ahead? As 50 Cent stepped into the confines of the prison walls, he was thrust into a world vastly different from the one he had known. From the early morning hours, 50 Cent's days were filled with physical drills and rigorous training, reminiscent of a boot camp. The piercing sound of the wake-up call echoed through the halls, signaling the start of another challenging day. But amidst the grueling routines, 50 Cent found himself assigned to a job that would grant him a unique position of power within the prison walls. Working in the kitchen, he became the gatekeeper of sustenance, serving food to his fellow inmates. Within the confines of the prison kitchen, a code emerged. If an inmate expressed disdain for a particular dish, they would signal for a smaller portion. Conversely, if they enjoyed the meal, they would gesture for a larger serving. 50 Cent, with a mischievous glint in his eye, often played with his fellow inmates, giving them more of the dishes they disliked just to mess with them. But it wasn't all lighthearted moments. The prison environment was rife with tension and power dynamics. 50 Cent had to navigate the intricate social hierarchy where alliances were formed and rivalries simmered beneath the surface. Yet, amidst the challenges, 50 Cent found solace in his own resilience. He drew upon his experiences to shape his portrayal of a character in the hit show For Life, using his real-life prison encounters to bring authenticity to his performance. Through it all, 50 Cent's time in prison became a crucible that tested his mettle. It was a period of self-reflection and growth, where he confronted the consequences of his actions and contemplated a path toward redemption. In this captivating tale of legal troubles and a prison sentence, we have explored the remarkable journey of rapper 50 Cent. From his arrest and sentencing to his experiences behind bars, we have witnessed the highs and lows of his life in vivid detail. Despite the setback of his ABC series For Life being canceled, which depicted a falsely incarcerated man who becomes an attorney behind bars, it still managed to earn 2 seasons. This success is remarkable, especially considering Jackson's near-death experience nearly 2 decades ago. It appears that the 50 Cent extended universe knows no bounds. 50 Cent's path was paved with challenges and adversity, but it was within the confines of the prison walls that he discovered the strength to transform his life. Through his daily routines and interactions with fellow inmates, he navigated the complexities of the prison environment, finding moments of power and camaraderie. His time in prison became a catalyst for self-reflection and growth, shaping his perspective and inspiring him to channel his experiences into his work as an executive producer and performer. 50 Cent's background and early life. In the heart of Queens, New York, a neighborhood known for its tough streets and unforgiving environment, a young boy named Curtis Jackson III was born on July 6, 1975. Little did anyone know that this child would grow up to become one of the most influential figures in the music industry. 50 Cent Curtis, or Kurt as he was known to his family, was raised in the South Jamaica neighborhood of Queens. It was a place where survival instincts were honed, and the streets became both a playground and a battleground for the young residents. The 1970s and 1980s were a tumultuous time in Queens, with rampant crime, drug trade, and violence plaguing the community. Curtis was exposed to this harsh reality from a young age, as his mother, Sabrina, was deeply involved in the drug trade. Growing up in a household where drugs were a constant presence, Curtis was exposed to the dangers and temptations of the streets. His mother's lifestyle had a profound impact on his upbringing, shaping his worldview and instilling in him a sense of survival. Despite the challenges he faced, Curtis found solace in music. He developed a love for hip-hop and began writing lyrics as a means of self-expression. It was through music that he found an escape from the harsh realities of his surroundings. But life in Queens was far from easy. At the age of 8, tragedy struck when Curtis's mother was brutally murdered. This devastating loss left him orphaned and searching for stability in a world that seemed determined to break him. Curtis was taken in by his grandparents, who provided him with the love and support he desperately needed. They became his guiding light, offering him a sense of stability and a safe haven from the chaos of the streets. However, the allure of the streets was always present, and Curtis found himself drawn to a life of crime. He dropped out of high school and became deeply entrenched in the street culture of Queens, seeking a sense of belonging and purpose. He started boxing around age 11, and when he turned 14, a neighbor opened a boxing gym for kids in the neighborhood. So according to him, when he wasn't at school, he was either boxing in the gym or selling crack on the street. He started selling crack while he was still in elementary school. Surprisingly, he was pretty competitive in the ring, and hip-hop is competitive too. In his opinion, he thinks rappers train themselves like boxers, so they all feel like they're the champion. At age 12, Curtis began selling drugs, while his grandparents believed he was attending after-school programs, and he even brought guns and drug money to school. In the 10th grade, he got caught by metal detectors at Andrew Jackson High School. He felt embarrassed getting arrested like that. After he got arrested, he stopped hiding it. Instead, he started telling his grandmother openly that he sells drugs. On June 29, 1994, Curtis got arrested for selling 4 vials of cocaine to an undercover police officer. 3 weeks later, police searched his home and found heroin, 10 ounces of crack cocaine, and a starter pistol. Although Jackson was sentenced to 3 to 9 years in prison, he only served 6 months in a boot camp and got his GED. He has mentioned that he never used cocaine himself. Curtis started using the nickname 50 Cent as a symbol of change. He got the idea from Kelvin Martin, a robber from Brooklyn in the 1980s known as 50 Cent. Curtis picked the name because it means everything he wants it to. He's the same kind of person 50 Cent was, and he takes care of himself by any means necessary. This brush with the law would prove to be a turning point in his life, forcing him to confront the consequences of his actions and reevaluate his path. While incarcerated, Curtis discovered his true passion, music. He spent his time behind bars writing lyrics and honing his rapping skills, using the experience as an opportunity for self-reflection and personal growth. It was actually upon his release that Curtis was determined to turn his life around. He adopted the stage name 50 Cent, a nod to the infamous Brooklyn robber Kelvin Martin, also known as 50 Cent. This new persona would become his ticket to success and a symbol of his resilience. With a newfound focus and determination, 50 Cent began his journey in the music industry. He released a series of mixtapes that gained attention and caught the eye of prominent figures in the hip-hop community. In 2002, 50 Cent signed a record deal with Eminem's Shady Records and Dr. Dre's Aftermath Entertainment, propelling him into the mainstream spotlight. The stage was set for his debut album, a project that would change the course of his life forever. Now, we dive into the pivotal moment that would catapult 50 Cent into superstardom and the release of his debut album, Get Rich or Die Tryin'. Released on February 6, 2003, Get Rich or Die Tryin' was a game changer in the world of hip-hop. It showcased 50 Cent's unique blend of gritty street tales and infectious hooks, captivating audiences around the globe. The lead single in the club became an instant hit, dominating the airwaves and solidifying 50 Cent's status as a rising star. The song's infectious beat and catchy lyrics resonated with listeners, propelling it to the top of the charts. The success of In Da Club was just the beginning. The album spawned several more hit singles, including 21 Questions and Pimp, further cementing 50 Cent's place in the music industry. Get Rich or Die Tryin' struck a chord with audiences worldwide, selling over 872,000 copies in its first week, and eventually going on to sell over 12 million copies in the United States alone. The album's success not only catapulted 50 Cent to stardom, but also solidified his reputation as a formidable force in the rap game. His unique storytelling ability and raw authenticity resonated with fans from all walks of life. However, with success came its fair share of challenges. 50 Cent's rise to fame was not without controversy and feuds that would dominate headlines and shape his career. One of the most notable feuds was with rapper Ja Rule and his label Murder Inc. Records. The feud involved allegations of robbery, violence, and ties to criminal activities, captivating the public's attention. Despite the controversy surrounding him, 50 Cent remained undeterred. He continued to release music that resonated with his fans and solidified his place in the industry. In the years that followed, 50 Cent released several more successful albums, including The Massacre and Before I Self-Destruct. He collaborated with some of the biggest names in the industry, further expanding his reach and influence. Alongside his music career, 50 Cent ventured into into other business ventures, establishing his own record label, G-Unit Records, and a line of headphones called SMS Audio. He also dabbled in acting, appearing in films such as Get Rich or Die Trying and the TV series Power. However, despite his success, 50 Cent faced financial challenges. In 2015, he filed for bankruptcy, a move that shocked many and led to speculation about his financial management. But true to his resilient nature, 50 Cent bounced back. He continued to work on new music, releasing mixtapes and collaborating with emerging artists. He also focused on his entrepreneurial endeavors, making investments in various companies and expanding his brand. Over the years, Jackson put his money from music and celebrity endorsements into different kinds of companies, real estate, and stocks and bonds. Some of his investments lost value during the 2008 recession. In December 2008, he told the Canadian press that the recession affected him, causing him to lose several $million in the stock market. He couldn't sell his Connecticut mansion, so he delayed before I self-destruct because of how bad the economy was. His mansion in Farmington, located at 50 Poplar Hill Drive, went bankrupt in Connecticut in 2015. In 2012, he wanted $10 million for the property, but it was valued at $8.3 million in 2015. He first tried to sell it in 2007 for $18.5 million and lowered the price many times over the next 5 years. In January 2011, Jackson reportedly made $10 million by promoting a marketing company he partly owned on Twitter. His company G-Unit Brands Inc. controlled 12.9% of H&H Imports, which owns TV Goods, the company selling his sleek headphones. Jackson bought stock in H&H Imports on November 30th, 2010, after it offered 180 million shares for 17 cents each. After Jackson recommended the stock on Twitter, its value went up from 4 cents to nearly 50 cents each, closing at 39 cents. The Securities and Exchange Commission investigated Jackson for possibly breaking stock market laws with his tweet. In 2013, Jackson became a small investor in Hang W Slash, a mobile app for live video broadcasting used by many celebrities to show their daily lives and talk with fans. The app had over 1 million downloads since it launched in March 2013 and had more than 1 million users by February 2015. Other celebrity investors included former NFL player Terrell Owens and record producer Timbaland. Throughout his career, 50 Cent has faced setbacks and obstacles, but he has always managed to come out on top. His determination, talent, and business acumen have solidified his status as one of the greatest rappers of all time. And that brings us to the end of our journey through the life of 50 Cent. From his humble beginnings in the gritty streets of Queens to his rise to fame with the release of Get Rich or Die Trying, 50 Cent's story is one of resilience, determination, and unwavering talent. Despite the challenges and controversies he faced, 50 Cent's impact on the music industry and popular culture is undeniable. His unique blend of storytelling, raw authenticity, and entrepreneurial spirit have solidified his status as one of the greatest rappers of all time. Beyond music, 50 Cent has ventured into various industries, from film production to book publishing, and has made his mark as a successful entrepreneur. Mostly, his philanthropic efforts and commitment to giving back to his community through the G-Unity Foundation have also left a lasting impact. Today, 50 Cent's legacy continues to inspire and influence a new generation of artists. His story serves as a testament to the power of perseverance, the pursuit of dreams, and the ability to overcome adversity. Experience in prison boot camp. In the gritty streets of Queens, New York, a young boy named Curtis Jackson faced a world filled with drugs, violence, and struggle. Growing up in a neighborhood plagued by adversity, Curtis was exposed to the harsh realities of life at a tender age. Little did he know that his journey would take an unexpected turn, leading him to a prison boot camp program that would forever alter the course of his life. Curtis, who would later become known as the iconic rapper 50 Cent, had a childhood marked by hardship. He witnessed the devastating effects of drug dealing firsthand, and in a desperate bid to survive, found himself selling drugs as a preteen. It was a world where survival meant making tough choices, and Curtis was no exception. However, at the age of 19, Curtis's life took a dramatic turn when he was arrested for his involvement in drug dealing. Facing the prospect of a lengthy prison sentence, he found himself at a crossroads. But instead of succumbing to the harsh realities of prison life, Curtis made a bold decision that would change everything. Rather than serving his sentence in a conventional prison, Curtis chose to enroll in a prison boot camp program. It was a rigorous and demanding program designed to instill discipline, structure, and rehabilitation in inmates. For Curtis, it was an opportunity to turn his life around, to break free from the cycle of crime and violence that had plagued his upbringing. For the next 6 months, Curtis found himself immersed in a world far different from the one he had known. The prison boot camp subjected him to grueling, physical drills, challenging his physical and mental limits. From dawn till dusk, he pushed himself to the edge, determined to prove that he was capable of change. But it wasn't just the physical challenges that Curtis faced. He also found himself working in the prison kitchen, a position that allowed him to exert power and influence over his his fellow inmates. It was a role he embraced, using it to command respect and loyalty from those around him. As Curtis navigated the intense environment of the prison boot camp, he realized that this was his chance for redemption. It was an opportunity to break free from the chains of his past and forge a new path, and he was determined to make the most of it. While he may not have been the most polished rapper or the best lyricist, Curtis was determined that no one in that boot camp would outwork him. While others may have succumbed to distractions or started their days hungover, Curtis remained focused. Every morning, he would wake up and go for a jog in the woods, clearing his mind and preparing himself for the challenges ahead. And when the time came, Curtis would hit the studio, immersing himself in his true passion, music. He would go from room to room, asking each producer to let him hear the latest beat they were working on. It was in those moments that he found solace, pouring his heart and soul into his craft. 50 Cent, despite his immense success, found himself entangled in a web of financial challenges that threatened to overshadow his achievements. In 2015, 50 Cent shocked the world when he filed for bankruptcy. Despite earning millions from album sales, investments, and endorsement deals, he found himself drowning in a sea of debt. Lawsuits and mismanaged finances had taken their toll, leaving him with millions in damages to pay. But 50 Cent's story is not an isolated case. Many other rappers have faced their own financial battles, struggling to maintain stability despite their success. Let's take a closer look at some of these artists and the challenges they've encountered. MC Hammer, once known for his extravagant lifestyle, faced financial ruin after his lavish spending caught up with him. Despite selling millions of records, he found himself drowning in debt and filed for bankruptcy. In 1997, Hammer sold his big house in Fremont, California for $5.3 million after saying he couldn't pay his debts and filing for bankruptcy in 1996. Lil' Kim, the iconic female rapper, also faced her fair share of financial troubles. From tax debts to foreclosure, she found herself in a constant struggle to regain stability. DMX, known for his raw and gritty style, battled with financial challenges throughout his career. From bankruptcy filings to unpaid child support, he faced a constant uphill battle to overcome his financial woes. And the list goes on. Lisa Lopes, Bow Wow, Wyclef Jean, Young Buck, Xzibit, Nas, Fat Joe, Trick Daddy, Memphis Bleek, T-Pain, and Mace. All these artists have faced their own financial hurdles. Tax debts, bankruptcy filings, foreclosure, and unpaid child support have plagued their lives. Some made poor investment decisions, while others struggled with managing their expenses. But despite their past financial troubles, some have managed to turn their lives around and regain stability. Mace, the rapper turned pastor, made a remarkable comeback in 2004. Driven by financial concerns after owing nearly $125,000 in back taxes, he found a way to overcome his challenges and reclaim his place in the music industry. Birdman, the co-founder of Cash Money Records, faced his own financial battles. He lost his Miami home in a legal battle over a defaulted $12 million loan for a vodka company. But despite the setbacks, he continues to thrive in the industry. Luther Campbell, Da Brat, Corrupt, Beanie Siegel, Nelly, Ryan Leslie, Ja Rule, Method Man, Common, and Swizz Beatz. Each of these artists has faced their own unique financial struggles. From bankruptcy filings to unpaid taxes, their stories serve as a reminder that success does not always guarantee financial security. The journey of 50 Cent and other rappers in the music industry has been one filled with both triumphs and tribulations. From the rough streets of Queens to the glitz and glamour of the stage, they have faced unimaginable challenges, both inside and outside the prison walls. 50 Cent's decision to enroll in a prison boot camp program was a turning point in his life. It was a choice that required immense courage and determination. Through physical drills and working in the prison kitchen, he not only survived but thrived, using his position to exert power over his fellow inmates. But the story doesn't end there. Financial troubles have haunted many rappers, including 50 Cent. Despite their success in the music industry, they have faced tax debts, bankruptcy filings, foreclosure, and unpaid child support. It's a stark reminder that success does not always guarantee financial stability. However, amidst the challenges, some of these artists have managed to overcome their financial woes. Mace, Birdman, and others have found ways to regain stability and continue their journeys in the music industry. Their stories serve as a testament to resilience and redemption. They have shown that it's possible to rise above the hardships and rebuild their lives, even in the face of seemingly insurmountable obstacles. The experiences of these rappers shed light on the harsh realities of the music industry. They remind us that success can come at a price, and that financial troubles can affect even the most talented and celebrated artists. But through it all, these artists have demonstrated unwavering determination and an unyielding passion for their craft. They have shown us that setbacks can be overcome, and that with resilience and hard work, one can find a way to rise above the challenges. Enjoyed the video? Crave more excitement? Stay tuned by clicking on any of the cards on your screen right now for more thrilling content. See you next time.